I have a very special guest, Girish Krishnamurthy. Thank you for coming to the SecondAct Podcast.
So I had a major experiences from Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. So I just picked up this book and started reading. I started hearing voice from the book. The voice of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
You never questioned why me? Why is this happening to me? What's going on with me?
He somehow found that I can do this. That's the way it happened. Baba told me to come to India and he gave me 2 days time to come.
What? You dropped everything from the US in 2 days, you wrapped up and then you came back.
Yeah, that's what exactly happened. Human is the only creation has given an extraordinary faculty to really touch divinity easily.
And how do you do that?
Yeah, so let's get there.
Before you go, one thing that you want our viewers to take away.
I don't know how your viewers will take this, but I'll say what it is, whatever happened, the way I experienced it.
Today, we are here to talk about another side of Girish which he really holds. So let me first welcome him and then I'll tell you more about it. So welcome to the Second Act Podcast, and this is truly a Second Act Podcast, I would say, with somebody who's living a life also of a second act beyond the corporate career. I have a very special guest, Girish Krishnamurthy. He's the MD and CEO of Tata MD. He tells me that Tata MD is really involved in going beyond what a clinic actually offers. There are lots of lifestyle diseases and a lot of chronic diseases that we go through, and Tata MD is specializing in giving relief and also a lot of, I would say, infrastructure around diseases like obesity, diabetes, hypertension, allergies, and a lot. And we will talk to Girish about it in more detail. But today we are here to talk about another side of Girish which he really holds. So let me first welcome him and then I'll tell you more about it. So welcome, Girish. This is a beautiful space that I've created for second acts of life. And second act, as I describe it, is something intentional that you built along the way, which truly gives you the moment that you live in your life to the one that you truly deserve in your life as well. So you have built a very spiritual side of you. But today I want to welcome you and thank you for coming to the Second Act Podcast.
Thank you, Archana. I'm happy being here. And the second act is a great concept. And
Yes.
when you introduced me about second act, I really got thrilled. It's a very beautiful way of looking at it.
So beautiful.
And so thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you. Girish, as I know that you have worked globally for more than 30 years and you have been involved with Tata MD for the last 10 years. You have also been an entrepreneur in US, which is very fascinating. But besides all of this, you have a very sweet side of you, as they say. And I think that's what true leaders are all about when they create an environment which is of internal growth. And from there, I think the organization and people grow along with you. So I want to know a little bit about your meetup with your spiritual self, because it doesn't happen in everybody's life, by the way, and especially in life of most men, because they only focus on work and they focus on family. So how did you accept it first? How did you meet your spiritual self first? And let's start with that journey.
Yeah, so it's more than the credit given to me that I don't really initiated anything spiritual stuff. It happened.
Okay.
It happened in a scenario, so probably the whole credit goes to the providence and divinity.
Wow.
And the divinity decides through certain special spiritual phenomenon and spiritual gurus to embrace me into the spiritual field. So I'm not
Dissect that for me. It's sounding very complex for me right now. What do you exactly mean by this?
So let me make it very simple, that how did this whole thing of my spiritual side of it happen?
Yes.
And see, somewhere in the late 90s or mid 90s, so I was like a regular person, grown up, not very religious or spiritual, but of course I was born in a very religious family and I understand what is the way the Brahmin religious family focuses on certain activities. But beyond that was not much done any major deeper thing till about mid-90s.
Okay.
So I had a major experiences, a sequence of experiences happened. So one of the experience is from Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
Okay.
And once I was traveling from Chennai to Malaysia
Okay.
on a flight. And it happened in such a way that I couldn't sleep in the flight. So I was trying to find something to read.
Okay.
And accidentally my bag, there was a book left. So
Accidentally, why do you say accidentally?
because
You must have picked up the book and that's why the book was there with you.
no, it was not. Actually,
Okay.
what happened that day, I was in a hurry. I was traveling from Bangalore to Chennai and catch a flight, an international flight. I didn't have time.
Okay.
So I asked my brother to pack my bag. So it was his bag,
Okay.
and he packed it up, and then in his previous trip he left the book there.
Oh.
So that's what accidentally that book was there, and I didn't have anything to do in the flight, so I just picked up this book and started reading.
So do you give the credit to your brother to actually help you to find your spiritual bit?
I think he must have played some role. Because he also didn't intend to do it.
Yeah.
And but obviously that was the beginning. So in the flight I opened that book and started reading. About 7-8 pages into that book, miraculous experiences happened. And which
Already on the flight?
on the flight, I didn't have anything to read, so I was searching, then I picked up this book. So some
Right.
book was there. So I started reading just to pass time. After about 4 or 7-8 pages of that book, like nowadays we talk about audio book.
Right.
So I started hearing voice
From the book?
from the book. So this was my first encounter of unbelievable, miraculous thing can happen to people. So I was just taken it back. I was thinking it's late night, whether I'm hallucinating or something else happening, but it is really, it continues.
Okay, I want to pause you here. You know, when you talk about leadership and the role that you're in right now, or even in senior leadership roles that you've played before, this is not logic. And senior leaders, or especially men leaders, will always talk about being very logical about things. Did you like really believe this? Like you
I
said,
didn't believe at all.
Okay.
And I was, till that day, I was like a very logical thinker, and then everything has to have a reason. And I'm trained engineer, so
Oh, that too.
So
Okay,
all
great.
of this never allowed me to beyond it, but it has happened to me. So it is happening, and I'm realizing that somebody is speaking through the book.
Okay.
And interestingly, I could not keep the book down at all. I kept reading and reading and
So
reading.
what was the voice?
So the
saying
voice
to you?
of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's voice. Later on, I know whose voice it is. I have never heard him speak before that, so I didn't know it is
Very
his voice.
fascinating.
And so this was my first fascinating spiritual encounter.
And what was he saying to you?
No, he is reading the book.
Oh, okay. Okay, whatever
Whatever
was
that
on
the book is
was-
coming in an
okay.
audio.
Oh, okay, got it.
It is not a verbatim, but it is coming on his own voice. This was, and the most important is more than hearing the voice, it is extremely captivating content. And I was getting engrossed, and it's not 100%, it's like about 500%. All my faculty was focused only on the content of the book. And so this was my first experience of
And so what happened after? You came back and then what?
So I finished reading this book in next 24-48 hours.
And?
Then what happened next few months, I was there for a very long stint, about 3-4 months in the trip in Malaysia.
Okay.
So every situation then I'm coming across my connection with Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba in some means. I meet his devotees, I meet some people in a center. So the previous 30 years never happened like that, the earlier. So this is like consecutively next 2-3 months, there's a lot of interaction is happening, a lot of situation was coming up related to, specifically to Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
Okay.
So I came back to India, then I felt that I need to go to Puttaparthi to see him because something very unique. But at the same time I was very hesitant to tell my family or my friends because they all knew me very different person. I don't go to all these places, and in fact earlier I used to negate everyone, criticize everyone, and then if some of my friends or my family members are portraying any individual human being as a spiritual godman or a god or a guru, I used to really ridicule them. Now here I am, I become very drawn and curious about the whole thing.
But did you shun these feelings away, try to tell yourself nothing's happening?
I tried a lot of
Did.
times. That was the first almost my more effort I put to negate this and say nothing is happening, I'm imagining everything, but it kept happening. And beyond a point I stopped questioning because it is real.
And you told your wife this?
No,
Or
no,
anybody?
nobody knew.
Nobody.
Nobody
Oh, okay.
knew.
Till that time.
And I came back to India, and then without anybody knowing, secretly I went to Puttaparthi to have Baba's darshan.
Okay.
And it was a very glorious darshan, and I was very fortunate that I could have a very close darshan of him, and he looked at me, he spoke to me, gave me vibhuti and gave a wonderful blessing. And it was very thrilling experience, and it was like, so I was, that day I became committed. I said, okay, there is something very beautiful about the spiritual area, and Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba is a great phenomenon. This really was stuck with me. Then I was living in the US. So every time when I used to come to India, I used to go to Puttaparthi. By that time, slowly my wife and my family people know that I'm not very serious, but still I have some affinity to go to Puttaparthi and have his darshan every time when I come to India.
But in between, anything was happening, or like it was only your visits?
My only visits,
Okay.
and there was nothing happening. And but one thing I used to do is, every time when I go there, I used to buy some books.
Okay.
Puttaparthi and put it in my car and take it to the US, and it used to go to my library, and then I never read those books.
Okay, that too.
Till about 1999, early 2000. And then I started reading those books.
So how long did you keep visiting like this? For 10
For
years?
4 or 5 years.
Okay.
For 4 or 5 years, every 3-4 months or 6 months or twice a year or once in a year I used to go visit. Then I started reading these books. And it started working on me as changing my personality. So every time I read a book and I start thinking and I start myself contemplating the whole content, I was slowly changing as a person. Then it is like a totally different, it's an enlightenment type of a feeling, right? You totally understand that the universe is very different, world is very different. Your presence in this world has a purpose, and it has got a. So I slowly realizing that to be born as a human is very, very rare, and even though we have 8 billion, 7 billion, 8 billion population in this world now, and several billions have come and gone, but it is not easy to be born as a human, and human is the only creation has given an extraordinary faculty to really touch divinity easily. And it is the excellence is given to the human, and human mind has an extraordinary ability to touch the supreme consciousness or the whole creation or the source of creation.
And how do you do that? How do you touch divinity?
Yeah, so let's get there.
Okay.
So this is the thought process came into my overall system. And I also realized that is all possible. This whole system of Indian tradition in the old days, if you look at it, the guru-disciple system, and thousands of years before we have created this model where every being is born to become spiritually elevated. That is the purpose of
True.
a human birth.
True.
During this birth, during this whole journey of birth to death, you evolve as a better person or a better being and getting closer to the divinity by itself.
Got it.
So that is the purpose of the life, I realize. And in this process, the next big encounter happened. So when I start contemplating, when I start questioning, I start realizing that like how we used to read or how we used to know from like Lord Krishna, Rama was all the God coming on earth, like Jesus Christ. So like this I start realizing Shirdi Sai, Sathya Sai have come into this world to redeem the world and uplift the world as a divine being. So when I start realizing it, my ego could not accept that I missed a big part of divinity living on the earth in a human form. So this was the conflict I was going through within my mind. And this led to one another, and I started losing. By that time in the US, I started a business which is growing very big and very fast. And so it's like I was a CEO of a company which is doing a very large business in the US, in India, in China, and in the technology field. So I'm in my prime of my career and dealing with a lot of big corporate accolades and growth and that kind of a lifestyle. And this has happened the same period, and then suddenly for a period of 3 to 6 months I started disliking
What you were doing.
whatever I was doing, and I stopped going to work.
Stop going to
Stopped
work.
going to work. Most of the time I stay at home. I do stop talking to people.
Oh my God.
Not interacting with my wife, my daughter.
But this time your wife knows that your spiritual journey had started, or
She
still
knows
not?
something is happening to me on the spiritual side, but
Okay.
she is more or less coming to a scenario that I overworked for 3-4 years and to build a business, overworked with the building a big business and everything. So suddenly it is becoming a fatigue is hitting me, and then I'm getting disliking everything. But what I was going through inside is nobody knew. And because I myself didn't know what was going through, so it is not a possibility. I didn't have any ability to discuss anything. So this was the period. There is a next unbelievable encounter, like the way I said, you read the book and I heard the audio or somebody speaking through the book. This is much more deeper than that,
Okay.
and it's.
Okay, I'm getting goosebumps, by the way, already, not knowing what you're saying, but already getting the vibe.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's going to happen.
So what happened? Suddenly, what happened? I could not sleep on this thinking. I was constantly thinking about Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and whenever I used to close my eyes, and his image used to come on my eyes,
Okay.
and so because of that I couldn't sleep. So for about period of about 12-13 days, I didn't sleep at all. So I become very tired, becoming very cranky. I didn't know how to handle it. I could not tell my wife what is going on, and because all of these are all some psychological, people can quickly
Sure.
put it through that it's a psychological issue.
Also in US more.
Yeah. So then it will go into a treatment, medicine, counseling and all of it. But I knew for that fact nothing is happening on that sort. So I did not tell anyone. So, but I have to sleep. That has become a big problem. I cannot go to a physician to tell this. I cannot tell my wife. So I didn't know anything. So I did a quiet prayer to Bhagwan Baba himself. I said, you solve me from this fall. And then I went and met one of the Sathya Sai Baba devotee, and because Sathya Sai Baba used to materialize a lot of vibhuti and give it to their devotees. That is one of the signature way of recognizing him.
And this was in the US itself?
It was in the US. So I went and met one of the devotees and collected a vibhuti and thought that vibhuti will help me. So I put on the vibhuti on my forehead and went to sleep. And I slept.
Oh.
So then I don't know how your viewers will take this, but I will say what it is, whatever happened, the way I experienced it. So around 4:30 in the morning, I had a dream.
Okay. You remember the time also?
Yeah, I was sleeping. I woke up right after the dream, so I know what time it was.
Okay.
So in the dream, Lord Krishna, who's as a little Lord Krishna, crawling with the flute and handed over the flute to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and he picked it up. And he was walking this way, and then few other, in our movies or drawings, you see the rishis, the way they look with the long hair, with a special dress, everything. There are few rishis type people were there, and then in the dream, Bhagavan Baba asked me that, do you know who are all these people? I said, they look I don't know who is that, but they look like some rishi. Then, this all dream. Then he said, it is not rishis, it is Vanavasa Rama, the Rama in the forest. So Rama in the forest had a rishi type of attire. And then he asked me, now you know what is avatar means, that is God coming means on the earth. Whether I understood or not, I said yes, I understood in the dream. Then couple of questions I asked, he answered them. The dream got over, I woke up. And when I woke up, I was sleeping on the left side of my bed, and my wife was sleeping on the right side. Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba was standing next to my bed in the US in my bedroom.
Wow.
And
I knew something was coming. Yeah, that's why goosebumps. Okay.
so he was standing next to me and looking at me, and now I had extremely got scared, and I was shivering, sweating, and so first thought is wanted to wake my wife and ask her to see this. But immediately a thought came, if she could not see, then I'll be totally concluded what would happen.
Then definitely you need medicine anyway.
So I thought it's a bad idea to wake her up. So then I started interacting with Baba himself, saying that I feel like you are standing, but I've been thinking about you. Maybe I'm hallucinating. And I don't want to touch you out of respect. I have a lot of fear to touch you. So if you are really standing here, and give me some evidence which I can, so that I can believe this. So as soon as I said that, he smiled and he lifted his hand and blessed, turned around. My bedroom door was closed.
Went through the door?
No, he opened the door and kept it open and walked away, and in front of my own eyes. So this incident totally made me to change, that there is something extraordinary spiritual power and universal power operating on the world, and people like us really small part in this whole game, and I started focusing on my spiritual side of my life.
So tell me something, I want to pause you here, that you never questioned why me? Why is this happening to me? What's going on with me? And what was the relevance of the dream that you saw of Rama in the forest to Sai Baba ji standing in front of you?
So the relevance is, the biggest question in my heart is that I was not accepting. See, all of us in the Indian culture, we have grown up hearing about Rama, Krishna and several gods. And among the several gods, we know that Rama, Krishna in the recent time have come, God coming as a human being. That's the way we have accepted and lived. So my mind and my heart is not allowing me to accept Sai Baba as
Like
God.
that. Hmm.
So this dream and this experience is cleared the doubt, and that is the relevance of this dream and the experience.
Got it.
So after that, I don't have any question in my mind that, accepting Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba as a supreme being, as a God coming in on a human form. I never questioned it. So I think that state of mind was established by this experience, and more importantly, today I know that it is because of His grace and love. He has to do so much of hard work to prove it to me that He is God.
And I also know, of course, I know that, all right, your spiritual journey started, but how was the acceptance? Now you broke the news to the family, and then what happened?
So it took some time for my wife to understand what is going on, but my wife is very, very, very accepting and then very open. So if she sees my experience is real and then she starts experiencing on her own, then she started joining because there is some substance, and once she started joining, she also started experiencing it. So it was not any major confusion after this point. And so the whole family became spiritual, and I started evolving into this.
And so, what was the turning point for you? I know that you dropped everything in the US and came here.
So the turning point has happened after this dream, that the whole ship got turned. After that, I don't have any, my whole thought process focused on, okay, that there is a major spiritual purpose to be born. So I need to make spiritual activities and spiritual endeavors as an important part of my life. But as I start engaging in this manner, parallelly I had a few setbacks on my professional life.
Okay.
And so my business went different, and there are partnership issues, and I started working for large corporates in like Tata Group. I was to work for a large corporate in the US. So it's parallelly they combine that, okay, the purpose of life is not just achieve, make money and create some impact on people. Not only that, but the one of the important purpose of life is to become a better human being. And with values, what is the better human being means? It is to be selfless, and how you can be loving and being selfless and not judgmental about anything and accepting everyone and unconditionally love every other being. It is a journey, and that's a very important part. That important part of getting this is not something tomorrow morning you can get up and say, I'm going to love everyone. Right?
Yeah.
It requires certain amount of change which you have to make in your life. That changes is been given in our system as a spiritual practices. And if you attaching yourself, or if you start following a particular spiritual master and start taking his guidance, and things will fall in place automatically. So I realized that. So I started giving a lot of importance to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's guidance, and whatever spiritual teachings he has given. So I used to follow very sincerely. And I started also doing my special spiritual practices like meditation and chanting. I used to get up at 3:15 every day morning.
Wow.
And for about 3 hours I used to do diligently spiritual practices, and which really helped me to shape up and to start thinking about others and start thinking more differently about the world and how you need to do. Also, I had a lot of longing to be in the physical presence of Bhagwan Baba. And internally I had developed a lot of love, and my family has developed a lot of love So we developed a lot of liking to be in his close proximity. And I don't know whether you have experienced it. Coming in his proximity and having his darshan is a very unique experience.
Okay.
And we started longing for that. And so all our life is towards it. So we started making frequent visit to Puttaparthi, or whatever the opportunity we get, we try to go for darshan. And whatever opportunity we get, we try to follow his instructions, serve people. Like that, slowly we changed our life, which made us very differently. I was very fortunate in 2004. Baba communicated and told me to come to India for good, and he gave me 2 days time to come.
What?
Yeah, so
And you did?
it's not a big deal because it's
You dropped everything from the US, in 2 days you wrapped up and then you came back.
Yeah, that's what exactly happened. But it seems to be very complicated for other people, but nothing. It's if you're aligned and if it is what the divine will, it's very easy to happen.
So, but like come back and do what?
So I came back without any idea what I'm going to do. But
Just wrapped up, sold everything, and said I'm going to India.
That's all. The whole family we came in.
Okay.
And then very soon things fall in line. Everything came up in about
Which city did you go?
Bangalore.
Bangalore, directly.
So Bangalore, we moved to Bangalore and we've been living in Bangalore. But it was a great experience. I would say I had an extraordinary spiritual experiences. It's not only that I got a lot of opportunity to be very closely involve myself in Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's projects. So I've given a lot of opportunity to do to be part of the project, and which continued and it is continuing. In the process.
And what are these projects like?
So I think Baba is also known for creating a large social projects. Like he created multiple free hospital,
Like that. Okay.
super specialty hospitals and education institutions, water projects for Chennai. So I had a role to play in a lot of these activities. Any major projects were happening, and I've been given to participate. I also had opportunity to put together large events. It's all very beautiful experiences. I had until he decided to leave his body in 2011, but it continues. My relationship with him is continuous, and he also guided me to establish a beautiful temple at my home.
Oh yes, of course.
So
beautiful.
I have a very unique temple where Shirdi Sai as a main deity, and this is the only temple in the world where Divine Mother, as a universal Divine Mother, represented in a geometrical object called Sri Yantra Meru.
Oh, beautiful.
And which is a spiritually very, they put it is a spiritual nuclear reactor. How you have nuclear reactor? This is like a very powerful spiritual reactor, you can say. So anybody who come in contact, you will see the difference. And one after other, I've been getting opportunity to do something. So this is all, as you call, outside of my corporate life and my regular job. This is my second act.
I know.
And I spend a lot of time on this, but I enjoy doing it.
But really, my question is, when you are experiencing so much of bliss inside you, how do you blend it with the outside of the corporate life, which is constantly pushing you forward into this strange cosmos of like work, life, and no balance? So how do you really manage that?
So number one, I call it as called dharmic challenge. But to put it very simple, it is not that complicated. As long as if you are able to accept what you are doing in your corporate life is also creating an impact for others. If you start living even in your corporate life, giving and forgiving, and
So
have a
beautiful.
maturity to see what other people are thinking and accepting what they are. So I'm not here to change anyone. The change I can infuse only to me. So if you do that, and I don't think I have any issue. I thoroughly enjoy my corporate life. I don't say that it is very difficult, it is hard working, late hours, running around, travel. I don't have any complaints about it. I enjoy doing it. And
But did you then consciously choose a career that you're doing right now, which is more focused towards wellness, well-being, health, really, providing people to be in a better state than they are?
I
Is
don't
that
think I should take the credit. I chose to do all of this. And again, the way my spiritual thing, I've never been a healthcare person. And the current Tata Group chairman, he wanted to do something major impactful to to the to the country and the world at large in healthcare. And he somehow found that I can do this. So that's the way it happened. And I put all my effort and thinking what can be done, but it has happened. It is not, I didn't choose that I need to be in healthcare. But again, I'm fortunate that I'm there in a field, even though it is a business, where we can suddenly impact the world and a lot of people in a positive manner. Because this is one of the challenge which we face in the world about the health. And the way the healthcare, the world, it is very complicated. It is expensive. See, healthcare in the world is it's not just a social issue. It's a social issue, economic issue, emotional issue.
it is?
And it requires, but it is most fundamental.
Yeah.
So we can say financial services, retail, banking, manufacturing, all of it. We can very clearly trace back, it's all 200, 300 years old. But healthcare should have been the first sector.
So true.
But still, as a mankind, as a human being, we have not figured out how to handle. We are able to.
Well, now there's no choice because everybody now is struggling with it, and it's the prime thing. If you don't have proper health, nothing else fits in any which way.
Whether it's a Western world, whether it's a US
Yes.
or Western Europe or anywhere in the world, nobody has cracked this problem. But this is very fundamental to human and is a necessity. And I'm very fortunate that I'm trying to attempt to do something which can create a difference, and which is also I am part of the lot of Tata, larger Tata group, which gives you a lot of room to think in a better value based,
So
creating value to the world, rather than extremely focused on only a commercial and aspect of it.
So beautiful. So I also know that you are involved in the centenary celebrations of Sathya Sai Baba ji. So tell me a little bit more about that, because I think that's a very beautiful part of your life as well.
Yes, and see, when I moved back to India, Baba gave me a beautiful opportunity and experience to be an active member in celebrating his 80th birthday.
Okay.
So in Puttaparthi, what happens, every 5 years, Baba's birthday is celebrated in a very grander manner.
Okay.
Millions of people come to Puttaparthi, worldwide it's a big celebration, and every 5 years the international conference happens, spiritual conference happens in Puttaparthi. So it's a big event. So the 80th birthday and 85th birthday, 2 consecutive birthday, when Baba was there in a physical form, I had a lot of opportunity to be an active member in putting those events together. So I always have a longing of serving him in this manner. I feel like, I'm making Baba happy by doing this. That's my internal feeling, right? What I can do to make him more happier.
Okay.
So this year was the 100th birthday. The month of June time frame, I got an overwhelming feeling that I need to be part of this. And I was very fortunate that Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, the managing trustee, who's a good friend of mine, and he also know me that I actively involved in this company. He gave me a lot of opportunity and to work actively on the 100th birthday celebration. So where the world has witnessed that several top leaders of the world visited Puttaparthi and everybody celebrated worldwide.
When was this?
It was November 23rd. So November 15th to November 23rd, the major celebration happened in Puttaparthi. November 19th, Honorable Prime Minister visited.
Oh.
President, Vice President, and various celebrities like Bharat Ratna, Sachin Tendulkar type of people. And it was a great celebration. I also had for the 100th birthday an interesting thought came, which was I want to create some collateral which is long lasting, and also it reaches far and wide to a lot of people. And because Baba has left his body in 2011, we are in 2025. The families, those who are associated with him when he was there in a physical form, they all continue to worship. But the next generation, they have a feel about him.
But don't know him.
They don't have a lot of ability to relate to him because they have not physically seen. And then there are a lot more people, those who have not known Baba in this manner, like people like you who has not interacted or very close, have heard about him but not much. They also need to know what is in depth about him. There are millions of books have written about him.
Right, yes.
And there are a lot of articles, there are a lot of people. But still, I felt to tell this story in a movie format. There was no movie, nobody has taken a movie on him in a manner this. So I thought I should involve and with the help of few people and to produce a movie. So we produced a movie called Anantha.
Wow.
And it is not a biopic of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
Okay.
It is Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's relationship with his devotees and how he really be part of their life. And it also teaches in that relationship, Bhagwan Sathya Sai Baba's method of teaching is very, very unique.
Okay.
So the movie portrays various situations on which how each and every devotee evolves spiritually better, at the same time experiences his love.
But did this movie also come because of that? Because some kind of an instruction that probably came to you, like you said,
so
he makes
I
it
would
happen.
say that, so I won't say instruction, but it is the way the instruction, the feel, it is a feeling comes. What happens, I get a overwhelming feeling that I need to do this. And as soon as that overwhelming feeling comes, that along with there is a major clarity comes that how it has to be executed.
Oh. And so how did you go about the movie? It's already done, it's made, it's released, or what stage
Yeah,
is
it is made, it is released. We made the movie ready, and November 23rd we released it for a special audience on his birthday. Subsequently, we launched the movie and we screened it across devotees worldwide. Now from January 13th, it is available in Jio Hotstar in India.
Oh, wow.
And also it is available in Simply South OTT platform for the international audience.
So which language is this in?
It is there in Hindi, Telugu and Tamil, and all three languages. And we've been trending number 1, number 2 in Tamil, Telugu for last 10 days.
Oh, lovely. That's amazing. So like who's acted in it? And any known people?
Yeah,
whom
so
we
this
know?
movie is, it's a absolutely a commercial class movie. It's a commercial movie. The movie is directed by a very famous South Indian director called Suresh Krishna.
Okay.
He has directed most successful movies for superstar Rajinikanth's movies like Annamalai, Basha type of movies are his very famous movies.
Okay.
So he's the director for this movie. And there's a South Indian music director called Deva.
Okay.
And he has scored the music. and several famous actors have acted. Jagpati Babu, one of the famous Telugu actor,
Oh,
is
yes.
playing an important role. Suhasini Maniratnam plays an important role.
Oh, great.
Like this, there are several key people are playing a role on this,
So lovely.
and it's overall it has come out very well, and it is very successful, and it has got an anthem song,
Okay.
and the song is like kind of can be heard generation come to come.
Oh,
That level of song and with a lot of deeper spiritual meaning.
okay.
So it's a very well made movie, and audience are accepting, and a lot of positive feedback. I get hundreds of WhatsApp and communication every day.
So beautiful.
So that's what happened.
So great to know about this journey. At the same time, I'm still intrigued because when we are working in a corporate leadership role, how accepted is this with the others around you?
The answer is whether they are accepting or not, it is not my problem. I am what I am, and I am very open about it, and I will do what is best. It is, and then I don't, as part of my life, I don't hurt anybody, and I don't feel great about what I am doing. And I don't say that, okay, because I'm a spiritual person, I'm a great person. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
So I don't carry any flag. It's a very subtle, quiet, and then I don't, at work, I don't talk about all of this. If somebody interested and they want to talk, and then I will take them separately and spend time with them. And so I try to keep it as it is, and but now and then most of my colleague friends, they continue to interact with me. So that's the way it is. I felt very I'm feeling very comfortable doing both, and I don't see it's any different. I don't even see I'm doing two things. I'm naturally flowing into my own life. See, like for example, if somebody is doing puja at home or going to temple, or they are doing a certain pilgrimage, how well we have accepted in the corporate life, it is something similar. There is no different, and as long as I don't show any difference outside, it is okay. And it is a question of time management, and so I spend as much as time possible without affecting my work.
Tell me a little bit about what is this evolving really meant for you? What did it really do to you? And today, when of course you are becoming a better person, but in true sense, what is the difference that you feel?
There are two things, and these two concepts probably would look like little dynamically opposite, but are two important impact it has created into my life. Number one, it empowers me to achieve anything. If I think about something and if I need to make that happen, I feel that I have all the power coming from some source
Oh.
to make it happen. So this is point one. So if something appears to be very impossible to make it happen, I feel like, it will happen, let's move on. And it again and again it has happened. Be it in the corporate life, be it in personal life, be it in social life, I have seen when you start moving, okay, I'm going to make this happen, it happens. For example, this movie, we made it in about 90 days time.
That's it?
Yeah, 90 to 100 days time. The whole scripting, shooting, re-recording, mixing, releasing, everything is about 100 days.
And this is no experience of you before this?
Yeah, other than I'm a good movie watcher from my young age, other than that I didn't have any major experience on this to say. And so things will happen. So you are empowered. You have lot of power given by unknown source. That is one. That's what I feel it has come to me. Second, it has given you an ability to surrender to the Supreme. what happens most of the time, we have a conflict within us. That's what makes us unhappy. We have certain desire, we want to make this happen and it has to happen. If it didn't happen, we get upset, angry, envy, greedy. All of this happens that because of one thing you want to get it. But what it has given me is, if it doesn't happen, I feel it is meant not to happen.
Sure enough.
And whatever happens, also it gave me a very clear-cut, deep feeling that nothing belongs to me. So I don't, as an individual, I don't need anything. I have a home, I have food, I have a sleep, and I have a family, and I don't need beyond this. And so everything, so whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And you totally surrender it. So the feeling of surrender to the Supreme Being is not easy, but that I think it has come of being on this mode. So to summarize it, what has been given is you have been empowered with an extraordinary power which you can exercise for larger good. And anything happens around you, it doesn't shake you at all because you have already surrendered. In Bhagavad Gita, they say it's karma pala tyaga. That is, the fruit of your action is being sacrificed. You have given the fruit of your action to the ultimate. So I think it naturally comes because of this.
Beautiful. So, of course, I am intrigued to know more, and we will continue this conversation in part 2, where we will also talk about really important work you're doing through Tata MD, because I think that is a space that is coming up in a way to help people to feel better about their health and well-being, and I really want to know more about it. So we will take this conversation forward. But before you go, one thing that you want our viewers to take away from your life, your learnings, and your spiritual path?
Try to love everyone and try to help others whenever possible. That is the only way you can become a better person.
So I think Mr. Trump should hear it first.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you so
you.
much for being here.